What is up, YouTube? It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome to another review of April Equals 80s Month. And I finally found my copy of this movie from 1986 that I think is freaking awesome. It's one of my favorite musicals, and that is the remake of The Little Shop of Horrors. Yeah, this is the 1986 remake musical that came out in color because the original Roger Corman film was from 1960 and it was black and white and it wasn't a musical. It was just like kind of like an offbeat horror film, but this one I enjoy more. This is the 1986 version. It says one of the year's most entertaining films. A hot house full of laughs. I agree. And I have a deep personal connection with this film because I saw this movie before I did a college production of this in Kingsborough back in 2008. And I have a deep connection with I was the plant in the Audrey 2 plant 3 and 4 during the production of that show. So, and I have love for this show. I don't like the original ending of this, where Seymour dies and Audrey dies. That's a spoiler alert for the director's cut of this. But yeah, I did this show when I was in college, and I loved every single moment of it. My friends couldn't vouch for me. My friends Tom and Roger and Jason and Dorothy and Anthony and a bunch of other people, got a lot of love for them for doing this play. And I love this movie because I saw this right before I did the show. I saw the movement of the plant and how it moved. The special effects look great on the plant. They still hold up. The musical numbers are fantastic. The characters are quirky. The story flows very well. It's only 94 minutes. It's not 2 hours like some musicals are today. And I like Rick Moranis. I miss him. I wish he could come back into acting. Steve Martin steals the show as a dentist. You got Vincent Gardenia, who plays Mr. Mushnick. Ellen Green, who she's Audrey. Jim Belushi plays like a small supporting role. John Candy, Christopher Guest, Bill Murray. This has a great comedic cast. Just I love this movie. I think it's one of the best musicals ever made, especially in the '80s when there wasn't really a lot of big musicals until like the Disney Renaissance in the late '80s and early '90s with Little Mermaid and so on. But this was a great film. Frank Oz did a great job directing it. He was, one of the Muppeteers for many years with Jim Henson, and this is before Jim Henson passed away. So yeah, this has a great score. Got a couple of Academy Awards for Best Original Song, Mean Green Mother from Outer Space, and the visual effects, which, like I said, no CGI here. Great puppet work and animatronics, and it looks great. And the voice of the plant is awesome. It's a freaking black guy with a powerful voice, and he just steals the show. I love the plants in this movie, and everything about this movie just screams classic 80s, horror comedy musical, which I adore. I want to just, on a side note, I want to say thank you to all the people that I worked with on the show with this. It meant so much to me. It meant the world to me. It was the greatest theatrical experience of my life. Working on stage doing this play, the play that this movie is based on, and it was a ball. I love you guys. I love every single moment I was in that plant. It was a lot of work. Believe me, the plant that they used in this movie, the same plant that I used that I was in, it was very hard to move the plant's mouth up and down and move it from side to side, and I was stuck in there. I couldn't see anything except for the when the mouth opened. But I know how it is to be the plant because I was inside of it. And this movie is amazing. I love the movie. Loved working on the show in college, and just it's a blast. And it's a remake that works because it took a existing movie that Roger Corman made and it made it into a musical instead of just copying the film note for note. And this is one of my favorite remakes, and it deserved to be made. I'm glad that it's made. I'm glad it's got a Blu-ray. I'm not a fan of the director's cut, but like I said, I hate the original ending. But I like the ending here in the theatrical cut. I'm not going to spoil it. If you haven't seen this movie, go see it. I recommend it. I highly recommend it to those who like musicals that want to see something different. And I got a lot of love for this. And everything about this film just works. You cannot remake this movie today and have the same impact, especially with the actors we have now. Who would you cast as Seymour? Luke, well, not Luke. What's his name? Liam Hemsworth with glasses. No, it wouldn't work. Who would be Audrey? Freaking Emily Blunt or Charlize Theron. No, they can't even sing. So yeah, at least that's what I think. And anyway, yeah, this is a classic movie. I love this movie. I barely have any problems with it. There's some actors that kind of get lost in the shuffle, but they're there briefly. But it just has a lot of good in it, and I love this movie. This is an 80s film that still holds up. I don't care what critics say, oh, it's a failure. It's a great movie. It is one of the best musicals ever made that wasn't made by Disney or DreamWorks or any of these big budget musicals we get today, like, Into the Woods or whatever. This is how it's done, man. And it's a great movie. I love this film, and everything about it just screams, it's a big part of my life, and that's all I can say. So thanks for watching this video on my review slash praising of the Broadway show that I did, the um that I did in college. And I got a lot of love for this film because of that, and it's one of the greatest experiences of my life. And just I have that passion for theater because of shows like this, and the movie as well. They both intertwine very well. Anyway, that's my praise on Little Shop of Horrors, the 1986 version. It's a great movie. Watch it, please, 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 because there's not a lot of musicals that get made like this anymore. Anyway, thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing. You guys are awesome. I will continue to do videos. I know I'm really tired right now, so I don't want to do another video till tomorrow, but I will keep doing this. I'm not going anywhere. YouTube copyright strikes are never going to strike me because I wouldn't dare put anything copyrighted, music or anything. It would go on Daily Motion because they don't care about copyrighted stuff. But anyway, you guys are awesome, and I will come with you with review number 6, I believe. Yeah, because this was 5, so and next will be 6. So, and there's only going to be 80s films, no TV shows or cartoons or anything, just films. I'll do 80s cartoons next time. But anyway, see you later.